Hello, everyone. This is Smartfolk, and today we are going to be talking about people kneeling at the NFL. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but I've moved into college, getting into the swing of things, and now I will release at least one video a week. Okay, with all that preface stuff covered, let's just hop right into the video. Well, or the audio. First of all, as a libertarian, you want to maximize the most freedom for the most people. And so forcing people to stand for the national anthem doesn't really sound free to me. It sounds more like something, Nazi Germany would do. On the other hand, I do think that standing for the national anthem shows a sort of reverence and respect and is a unifying feature for the American people because almost everyone can value the sacrifice that, our soldiers have made for us to be free. So I think at this point it's a pretty clear-cut issue between those two things that sure the players can do it, but I think it's kind of dumb that the players are doing it, and the NFL coaches, of course, have the right and ability to fire them because it's part of their contracts and stuff. I mean, of course they'd still have to pay all the fees and everything, but you know what I mean. But then Donald Trump comes in and he's like, oh, all the NFL players who kneel should be fired. And Donald Trump does this from time to time. At every rally he goes to, he likes to have a big talking point that, will rile up his base and people will be excited about. And for some reason, he chose this one. And while this may be a good political move for him, since the majority of people believe in honoring the flag and so on, it's a very bad, I should say ruling move because the President of the United States, the strongest man in the country, should not be dictating to private businesses who and who not they should hire. Of course, my goal for the president and the government in general it would be to get out of private affairs of people and companies. So, that's kind of a bit worrying to me, but Donald Trump never claimed to be a libertarian. He's always been more of a big business and big government kind of guy. And so it's a little bit worrying to me. And anyway, so now even more people are kneeling in protest to what Donald Trump says. And this is really good for him because it creates a cultural narrative that he can use to his advantage because all the left people are saying that all the people are kneeling in protest of what Donald Trump is saying and how he's trying to get all these people fired. While people on the right are saying that, oh, hey, all these people are kneeling and disrespecting the flag and the fallen troops and whatnot. And while most of the cultural wars are won by people on the left, I think that this is a really winning issue for people on the right. And while I do tend to lean right, like most libertarians tend to do, I think that this is a very divisive issue. And I do not think that Donald Trump should have said anything. If I was an NFL player, I would begin kneeling, even though I do desire to honor the national anthem because it's not right for a president to do that. Another thing that switched my positions is that last week one of the players was on the field and he was stretching during the national anthem. And that got me thinking that even though kneeling isn't technically honoring the national anthem, at least you're still acknowledging its importance and you're not making a disruption of it to everyone else. And so I still had, before I realized this, a little bit of sympathy for them because I could understand what they're saying. I can understand why they're messaging it. I do think it's a little bit naive to do that, and I do think it's a little bit disrespectful to do it, but I have absolutely no sympathy for the person who's stretching during the national anthem because it's kind of un-American, to be honest. Anyway, that's all I have to really say on the subject. I think Donald Trump just is complicating this issue and is making it a lot worse and is also polarizing it. And Donald Trump is a very polarizing figure. And I do think it's a probably poor way to protest, and I think it will garner a lot of favor on the right. But in general, on this one, I think I would be kneeling on the field with him, especially after Donald Trump said what he did.